In the last class, mode 1 operation of timer was explained. Let us go through few example programs. Given that the crystal oscillator frequency is 11.0592 MHz, a program has to be written to generate a square wave of 2 kHz frequency on port 1 pin 5 using timer 1 in mode 1. Let us recall the concepts, how to calculate the value that has to be loaded into the timer. So mode 1 operation means it acts as a 16-bit timer. Let us go through the concepts quickly. Given the oscillator frequency, first we have to calculate the timer frequency. We know that the timer frequency is 1/12 of the oscillator frequency. To calculate the timer period or delay, we have to take the inverse of the timer frequency. Okay. Then we have to calculate the value of n. N is given by required delay by timer delay. So delay required is will be given in the problem. And the timer delay has to be calculated. Then we have to calculate the value that has to be loaded into THTL register. The value that has to be loaded is calculated using the formula maximum value plus 1 minus n. So in mode 1, the maximum value is 65,535 plus 1 is required for overflow to occur, minus n value is already calculated. So while calculating, you need to be careful, take all the values in hexadecimal or all the values in decimal. So here we get the value of YYXX. XX is the value that has to be loaded into TL register, and YY is the value that has to be loaded into TH register. That is, XX is the lower byte and YY is the upper byte. So in the problem, the oscillator frequency is 11.0592 MHz. So we have already calculated, we have seen it in the last class. If the oscillator frequency is so much, then the timer delay is 1.085 microseconds. Then we need to calculate the delay that is required. So here it is given that we have to generate a square wave of 2 kHz. When I say a square wave, it has a logic high as well as a logic low signal. So both has to be generated. So take the inverse of this 2 kHz, you get the time period as 500 microseconds. So this 500 microseconds is the total time period of the square wave. That means for 250 microseconds duration, a logic high signal has to be generated, and for another 250 microseconds, a logic low signal has to be generated. As per the formula, we need to calculate the value of n. Value of n is given by required delay, that is 250 microseconds divided by the delay of the microcontroller, that is 1.085 microseconds. So the value obtained is 230. This is the value of n. To calculate the value that has to be loaded into THTL register, the formula is maximum value. Maximum value in mode 1 is 65,535 plus 1 is added, hence the value is 65,536 minus n value is 230. So we are getting the value as 65,306. This is the value in decimal. This value has to be loaded into THTL register, or if you convert it into hexa, the value is FF1A. So FF value has to be loaded into TH register, that is the upper byte, and 1A, which is the lower byte, which is loaded into TL register. So with this, the computational part is complete. Then we have to write the program. It is said that timer 1 in mode 1. So first we have to calculate the value that has to be loaded into TMOD register. Since we are not using timer 0, the lower nibble is 0 and the upper nibble is 1. So this indicates timer 1 in mode 1. we have already calculated the value that has to be loaded into timer 1. So since we are using timer 1, we have to use TH1 and TL1 register. It is loaded with the appropriate values, that is FF is loaded into TH and 1A is loaded into TL. The next step is we need to start the timer, that is timer 1 run control bit has to be made 1. So that is done using the instruction set bit TR1. So once the timer is started, continuously we need to monitor if there is an overflow. If there is an overflow, that indicates that a delay of 250 microseconds is generated. So once there is a delay, then the next instruction will be executed. First is that we need to stop the timer. So we need to, the timer is stopped using the instruction clear TR1. Then suppose the previous value in port 1 pin 5 is 1, now it has to be 0, or if it was 0 earlier, now it has to be 1. So we are complementing the value that is there in port 1 pin 5 using the instruction CPL. This is done because a square wave has logic 1 as well as logic 0. So for 250 microseconds, a logic high signal has to be generated, and for another 250 microseconds, the logic low signal has to be generated. So next we have to clear the timer overflow flag, because now let me assume that logic high signal is generated. Next logic low has to be generated. So to repeat the task, timer overflow flag has to be reset to 0. That is why we are clearing the TF1 flag. Then we need to repeat the process. What we have to do? Once again we have to load TH and TL with the appropriate value. So we use the instruction sjump again. So it comes back to the loop. This is how continuous square pulses are generated. Let us look into one more example. This is similar to the previous example. The only difference is here a square wave of 50 kilohertz has to be generated, and this signal has to be generated through port 2 pin 3. So coming to the calculation part, since it is, first we have to calculate the timer delay. Here we know the frequency, so inverse of frequency gives you the timer delay. So total delay is 20 milliseconds. That means for 10 milliseconds duration, a logic high signal has to be generated, and for another 10 milliseconds duration, a logic low signal has to be generated. And since the crystal oscillator frequency is 11.0592 megahertz, the timer delay will be 1.085 microseconds, which we have already calculated. Next, we need to calculate the value of n. Value of n is given by required delay, that is 10 milliseconds divided by the delay offered by the microcontroller, which is equal to 1.085 microseconds. So the value obtained is 9216 in decimal. Okay. So now we have to calculate the value to be loaded into THTL register. So maximum value plus 1, it is 65,536 minus n value, which is 9216. So the value in decimal, the result in decimal is 56,320, and if you are converting it into hexa, you get the value as DC00. So 00 has to be loaded into TL register, and DC is a value that has to be loaded into TH register. Coming to the programming part, TMOD is loaded with #10H, that is immediate addressing mode is used, and 10 indicates that the timer 1 is used in mode 1, and TH1 and TL1, which indicates that it is timer 1 that is being used. It is loaded with DC and 00 respectively, and the next step is to start the timer. So timer is started using the instruction set bit TR1.